and Chevy's infinite wisdom regarding this nut. Look out! Here are the sway bar bushings, and there's one of the bolts, the other one is just on the other side of it. Because of the location of that bolt, I'm going to use a 15mm ratcheting box end wrench. Open end wrench would do just as good, but it's going to take too long just because of access. Like so. Even better. Air tools. Okay, the back bolt is much more of a pain. Right there it is, center screen. You can see the nut right there on the bolt. That goes in from underneath. So on this other side, that equates to that hole. So I've got to get a extension, a deep well up in there on that bolt, and then a wrench up on the nut to get that out of there. What a pain. Got a problem. And Chevy's infinite wisdom regarding this nut slash bolt combination, which holds the sway bar bracket in, it's the rear bolt. They have the frame directly above it. You see that? The only problem is that keeps you from getting the bolt off, the nut off the bolt. They've put some sort of retainer on the bolt to keep it from dropping down into the subframe, which isn't that big of a problem because you have access to this area through the lower opening in the lower control arm. Let's see if I can, right through here. So if that bolt were to fall down in here, you've got more than enough room to get a magnet up in there, do whatever you got to do to get that bolt out, which is only a 10mm, by the way. The top nut is 15. So that feature that keeps it from falling into the subframe or falling out period is keeping me from changing the bushings. No bueno. So what started out as a sway bar bushing replacement has turned into a sway bar bushing inspection. And upon inspection, these bushings don't look very bad at all. They're not broken, they're not missing any chunks, and the bar is definitely not contacting the subframe. So with that criteria, I'm going to put the bolts back in and forget about it. These bushings are also known as isolators, and that's pretty much what they do. They isolate the sway bar from the frame that it attaches to. When this rubber breaks down and you have a metal bar hitting a metal piece of frame on a car, you're gonna get some noise. These are very easy to replace on most cars, and they're usually like 2 bolts. If you've got a front-wheel drive vehicle like this HHR behind me, this could very well be your knocking or your clunking, as well as your end links. Those are notorious for that, and as they get older the rubber breaks down in these, and then this will start knocking too. If you've got an HHR and you think that this is the issue, here's your part number. You'll need 2 of them. Now if you replace these bushings and you replace the end links and you still find you have a clunking issue, it's very possible there's an issue with your steering column, the linkage that goes down to the electric steering, or you've got some other issue, you need to get it into the shop and have a good alignment shop check it out. If you've got a Haynes manual, you'll find this procedure for replacing these in section 10-5, number 4. Again, the picture they show for this stabilizer bar bushing is not exactly like it is on the vehicle, but it's close enough. It's 2 bolts. You'll figure it out. Just make sure you tighten the bolts. When you put the new ones in, you tighten the bolts and torque them as per the torque specs. Don't forget those. Don't forget those.
Don't forget those.
And there you have it. How to inspect your sway bar bushings. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.